Hi, and welcome back to the Bill Green Arena, where the St. Mary's Lady Rattlers just dropped an overtime matchup to their rival Incarnate Word. But coming right up in about 20 minutes is the men's matchup of the St. Mary's Rattlers against the University of the Incarnate Word Cardinals. Tonight, matchup pits two 7-9 squads against one another. The St. Mary's Rattlers coming in with a 1-2 conference record, while Incarnate Word has an 0-2 conference mark. St. Mary's hopes to improve that to a 500 2-2 record with a win over their big rival Incarnate Word tonight. For St. Mary's, keep an eye on sophomore post Joe Allen. He has 13.5 points averaging this season to go along with his 6 rebounds per game. He loves the limelight. When the camera is rolling, you know he's going to be on tonight. For Incarnate Word, they're a squad that almost took down in back-to-back games Montana State Billings, who leads the Heartland Conference this season. They lost 2 consecutive tight matchups at their home stadium, so they know they can play against St. Mary's, having almost took down the best in the conference. It's on the way, ladies and gentlemen. It should be a great game. You're listening and watching Rattlers basketball.
Paul Connolly leads every guard. Paul Connolly is a 5'9" from Westbury Christian in Houston. He leads the Cardinals in scoring at 13 points a game. Michael Bradshaw, a 6'1" junior from Flint, Michigan, averages 11 points a game. He's the third guard in the Incarnate Word offense. At one post, the 6'7" junior from Albany, Georgia. We mentioned earlier, the 16 for the Incarnate Word from UTSA. The Rattlers have a change in their starting lineup tonight, but they'll have the usual point guard, Dominique Richardson, the 5'10" sophomore from Converse Judson, will be at the point for the Rattlers. Charles Lee, the 6'2" junior from Glen College, Houston Madison, who is providing Marcus Hill will be at the wing, the 6'4" sophomore from Tatum. At one post is Joe Allen, and the leading scorer for the Rattlers, 6'6" sophomore, preseason all-conference from Milwaukee. And at the other post, starting tonight, Marcelo Spach, the 6'11" senior from São Paulo, Brazil, locked in there to match up against Valdez underneath.
Spach continuing back up throughout this season, really earning that starting role tonight. He's been a great presence off the bench. We'll see how he does in his first game. Crowd is loud here tonight. Easily the largest crowd as expected this season.
tip is controlled by the Rattlers. Allen kicks it to Lee, back to Dominique Richardson, who walks it across the timeline. Left side to Jarvis Lee, dumps it into Spotch down low. He backs in on Williams. Steps around him, and he is blocked, but Joe Allen retrieves, lays it back up, no good. Gets another rebound, back up with the shot, good. With the opening basket of the game, and it's 2-0 St. Mary's.
And as we thought, Mike, Joe Allen already a key factor, getting his own offensive rebound after the missed shot in the putback. Spectacular shot, but he makes those tough shots look easy.
Marion Johnson to Williams at the top. Now Conley on the left side will launch a three. He's short. Spotch with the 4 rebound to Lee, and now Dominique Richardson will run. Going down the lane, and there's going to be a reach. Looked like maybe Connolly got his hand in there. That'll be Connolly's first foul. Houston Westbury Christian. First team foul, and Dominique will trigger underneath, out to Spotch. Spotch hands back to Richardson, and he'll set the offense. Marcus Hill on the left side, looking for a pass to Spotch at the top. Right side to Jarvis Lee. Joe Allen now with the ball at the top. Quick move down the lane. Left side to Dominique, who will shoot a 3. Short. And the rebound to Michael Bradshaw. And he'll come the other way across the timeline. Michael Bradshaw, the freshman.
And Richardson does not shoot many threes, only 9 this season, 2 of which he's made at a 22.2 percentage mark.
Ontario Williams dribbles outside to Marion Johnson. Down low to Valdez. He'll spin against Spotch. Spotch keeps his feet. Air ball. Allen has the ball hacked out of his hands, out of bounds, but looks like he went off Allen. Williams might have knocked it out of bounds, but the call is off Allen. And the Cardinals will retain possession under the offensive basket. Withdrawal on the shot clock. Connolly looks to trigger in. Right side to Bradshaw. Bradshaw dumps into Valdez, who looks to back in on Spotch. Nice spin move by Valdez. Lays it off the glass. Valdez, the 6'10 senior, evens the game at 2.
A nice shot and a way of creating a shot there for Valdez. Spotch had seemingly good defense on him and blocked a shot on the prior possession there for them, but Valdez could score there.
Cardinals bring early pressure in the backcourt. Knock the ball out of bounds. Now Dominique to Marcus Hill. Marcus Hill will dribble it up. Now cross court to Jarvis Lee into the front court against Marion Johnson. He gets it low to Allen, who spins to Spotch. Spotch passes on the jumper to Hill. Back down to Spotch in the low block. Steps around, lays it up and in. Around Ontario Williams. Spotch has his first piece, and now gets 4 St. Mary's.
And Spotch, the largest player on the field at 6'11", 290 pounds, averaging 4.1 points and 1.7 rebounds this season.
Williams at the top, almost has it taken away, gets it right side, baseline. No good, but the layup by Valdez is no good. He follows again, no good. And Lee yanks off the rebound. 3 easy shots. Dominique in front court will set the offense for the Rattlers against Paul Connolly. Jarvis Lee against Marion Johnson's pressure. Now Allen at the top. Right side to Dominique. He looks to get a pass inside Camp, so he'll get to the curling Hill. Hill looking to get it low to Allen and Camp, so to Spotch, who dumps it down to Allen. With the Thunder Jam for the Rattlers, and it's 6-2 St. Mary's.
And St. Mary's, all 6 of their points coming in the paint, 4 of which have come from Allen, and we predicted a big game for him already putting out the fireworks so far.
Marion Johnson looking to get it inside. Instead goes cross court to Connolly, who will dump it in to Ontario Williams against Joe Allen. Goes down the lane, and I think we're going to have a block on Allen. That'll be Joe Allen's first foul.
Joe Allen's
First team foul on the Rattlers, and Incarnate Word's Conley will trigger to Williams, and outside to Demarion Johnson, who will set the offense. Right side to Whitfield. Johnson gives it to Connolly. Connolly gives it to Johnson, forgive me, and then Bradshaw sets up on the left wing, but Johnson comes the other way. Gets it to Connolly, foot on the line too, no good, but they get the offensive board. Back out to Connolly after a nice Ontario Williams offensive board. Little jumper from Connolly. Good. Paul Connolly, the 5'9" junior, makes it 6-4 St. Mary's.
And the Rattlers not giving Incarnate Word any easy looks. All 4 of their points have come on second chance opportunities. They already have 5 early rebounds, leading that category to St. Mary's 4.
Jarvis Lee launches a quick 3, no good, and now run. Connolly coming up aggressively. Marion Johnson with a 15-footer from the right side. Marion Johnson, the 6-foot senior from Oklahoma City, ties the game at 6.
Johnson's only averaging 7.3 points per game this season, but he can shoot. He's shooting 37% from three-point land, so he does have that outside shot.
Spots to Allen, 16-foot jumpers, no good off the front rim. Cardinals with the rebound, ripped away by Ontario Williams. And here comes Marion Johnson, who had 30 points against Lincoln the other night, to Connolly. Ontario Williams, not like his two shoots from out there, drives it down the lane and banks it off the glass over Allen.
Incarnate Word's first lead of the ball game. St. Mary's, we mentioned the rebounding, now Incarnate Word out rebounding at 7-4. Incarnate Word doing a great job off the glass.
Spots to Richardson, right side. Weighs Joe Allen down to the low blocks. Now gets it to Spots at the free throw line. Back to Dominique. He's cut off by Connolly. Jarvis Lee is going to launch another three, and that one's good. Jarvis Lee breaks the ice. At the 14:40 mark of the first half. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, on Time Warner Cable. Paul Connolly dribbles on the left side against Jarvis Lee. Michael Bradshaw steps in and steps back for the three over Joe Allen. No good. Dominique with the rebound will run for the Rattlers. Down the middle against Connolly. He's cut off. Lee's going to launch a long three. No good. And Bradshaw with the defensive board.
And head coach Jim Zelzenak does not look too pleased with that shot. Perhaps too quick on the shot clock for Lee, but you would think after making that last three, perhaps he felt he was feeling the shot, but nonetheless, no good.
Marion Johnson. Ontario Williams, right side to Bradshaw. Here's Connolly with an off-balance 20-footer. Paul Connolly, the leading scorer for the Cardinals, gives them the lead at 10-9. And Dominique Richardson will walk it back across the timeline. 3 players waiting to come into the game for the Cardinals. Steve Goff waiting for the Rattlers. Lee on the right side, pressured by Demarion Johnson. Gets it in the low blocks to Joe Allen, where Coach Zelzenak wants it to go. Fade away is no good, but Allen draws the foul.
And the free throw line this season has been Allen's kryptonite. So shooting consistently, but more than 50% throughout the year. We'll see how he does if he gets a chance here.
Leading time out on the floor. Steve Goff is going to check into the Rattlers. Garrett Bell, the 6'7" freshman from San Antonio Reagan, going to check into the Cardinals along with Mike Wells, 6'4", 200 pounds from Tucson, Arizona, and Ray Peterson, 6'6", 270 pounds junior from Portland, Oregon.
It'll be interesting to see how the offense looks with Goff out there. If they keep Jarvis Lee also, because if they have Goff and Lee on the floor at the same time, you have 2 guys who are averaging double figures. Goff, of course, preseason all-offense selection for St. Mary's. Starting the majority of the season in these last 4 or 5 games has been coming off the bench.
Joe Allen will go to the line for the Rattlers.
At the line for the Rattlers, Joe
Allen. Cardinals. Allen will shoot 2.
Allen shooting 38.5% from the charity stripe this season.
Ontario Williams is shooting a similar percentage to the Cardinals. And Joe Allen, this is the first. The unfortunate thing is Joe Allen also leads the Rattlers in free throws, which makes that percentage that much more important. The second shot is true.
Steve Goff
is tied at 10.
Garrett Bell, number 20.
If the early goings are any indication, Mike, it looks like we have on our hands perhaps another great game. Of course, the Lady Rattlers falling in overtime to Incarnate Word earlier tonight.
Connolly against Lee on the right side. Way off him. Michael Bradshaw at the top against Dominique Richardson. Tries to get in the lane, steps back to a 21-footer and goes up an air ball.
Rattlers ball.
Johnson's going to come back and Michael Bradshaw. Dominique Richardson back across the timeline for the Rattlers to Goff on the left side against Garrett Bell. Joe Allen at the top to Jarvis Lee. So all three of the scorers on the floor at once. Spotch gets it to Dominique for a baseline jumper. 17-footer on the baseline. And the Rattlers have the lead again, 12-10.
And of course, you like your point guard to score, but more than that, you really want him to be able to dish the ball to others. And Dominique has been doing a good job of that this season. 75 assists in 15 starts.
Connolly yo-yoing on the outside, waiting for Johnson to free up. He's double teamed. Now he steps out, and he'll attack Dominique Richardson down the lane. Pulls up for the 12-footer. No good. Joe Allen with the defensive board, looking for an outlet. Finally gets it to Dominique Richardson. He's across the timeline against Johnson. Big screen from Spotch. He steps around. Penetrates to Goff, fakes the three, and he'll yo-yo and look for a pass. Nothing there, he'll hand it back to Dominique, who will reset the offense with 15 on the shot clock to St. Mary's. Jarvis Lee left side to Allen at the top. Steve Goff will shoot the open 21-footer, good. It's 14-10 St. Mary's, 11:53 to go in the first half from the Bill Greehey Arena. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Connolly to Demarion Johnson left side, top to Wells. Wells gets his pass tipped away by Goff. It was intended for Garrett Bell, but Goff could not take it down, and it's out of bounds. Carter
Goff heading right into the meat of the student body in the stands right there, trying to track down that rebound. The Rattlers hitting their last two shots offensively. Their offense, when they're clicking, it's really a thing of beauty to watch because they do have that post presence in Joe Allen and the two outside shooters in Jarvis Lee and Steve Goff. But the trouble this season, of course, has been some inconsistency, and hence the 7-9 record overall.
And Joe Dinkins checks in for the first time. The 6'8 junior from Conroe, transfer from St. Edwards. Starting on the backcourt, brings it across against Goff. Right side to Connolly, who launched the three, no good off the back iron, but the ball's tipped out, retrieved by Demarion Johnson, and they'll get a fresh shot clock. Darting down the baseline, lays it. Called for the offensive foul.
Joe Dinkins has been doing a good job of that. He drew one right there. He's been drawing several offensive fouls in the last few games. Of course, Dinkins, usually a starter this season, he started the majority of the games for St. Mary's at that post / center position. 16 starts heading into tonight's ball game.
Ballard, the point guard, will bring it across against Paul Connolly. Lobs it in. Fabiano Souza, who is coming to the game for the Rattlers. He gets it to Ballard, trying to get it low to Dinkins, and does on the baseline. Dinkins matched up against Ontario Williams. Now Jarvis Lee will launch the 14-footer from the baseline, no good. The rebound comes to Mike Wells.
And usually you would think if a defender falls and leaves Jarvis Lee with an open shot, it will go in, but there it did not.
Already doing a little one-on-one, now gets to Conley, who steps around, steps inside. Left side to Demarion Johnson against Ballard. Gets Ballard in the air, launches up the bank shot, no good. Battle for the offensive board. The Wells can't get it. Goff comes away and gives it to Ballard. And the Rattlers attack. Souza to Lee. Out beyond the three-point arc. Dumps into Dinkins. To Goff coming off the curl. Goff is cut off by the smaller Connolly. He gets it to Dinkins again. The cut by Goff. Dinkins ignores him. He gets it across the court to Ballard, who will reset the offense with 13 on the shot clock for St. Mary's. Ballard looking for someone to come off the screen. Instead launches up the three, no good. Sousa gets the offensive board for St. Mary's, out to Ballard, and they will reset.
That's St. Mary's 9th rebound now. They're starting to even out that rebound differential between the two teams, only one behind Incarnate Word now.
Sousa on the low block, gives it to Lee for a three-pointer that's way off. They're trying to chase it down, no luck, and it'll be Incarnate Word ball. Not close on that. Valdez comes back for the Cardinals to replace Mike Wells.
Valdez averaging 7.7 points a game this season. Of course, Connolly, the point guard, leading the team with 13 points a game.
Darty drives down Goff, who blocks his pass and saves it in bounds. Here comes Ballard to hurry the other way, steps around Darty. Gets it in low to Souza for the layup. No good, but he is fouled.
Fourth team foul tonight already, and it's the second foul.
Valdez got the foul, but that is his second. You're correct. He's been given that foul, and Reed Gostechnik's going to come in for him in just a second. Souza goes to the line to shoot two. The first one rattles out. Fabiano Souza, the 6'8" senior from Mato Grosso, Brazil. Gostechnik does come in for the Cardinals, along with Michael Bradshaw.
We singled out Joe Allen's free throw shooting this season. As a team, the Rattlers only shooting 59% from the line, and Fabiano 71% actually this season.
His second one nestles home, and the Rattler lead is 5-15-10. 9:24 to go first half. Pretty good Green Arena. Connolly wipes the sweat away. Left hand dribble. Gostechnik back to Connolly, who will go baseline, pull up for the 13-footer. It rattles out, and Souza garners the rebound, saves it inbounds. The ball to Ballard, will run, and now pull it up across the timeline.
And you have to love the intensity in which these two teams are playing with. And the referee's also allowing a lot of physical play out there. You have to like that too because of the rivalry here. Both these teams want this win real bad, and I think it's better for the referees to let them win the game.
Goff launches the three, no good. Souza back up with the follow, no good. Souza makes it 17-10, St. Mary's. And Incarnate Word once again. Cleaning up with Fabiano Souza the last couple of minutes dominating on the boards. And the Rattlers have opened up a 7-point lead at the 8:39 mark.
The guy averaging 30 minutes a game this season. They like to give him
the freshman from Oakwood. Souza and Ballard. Cardinals have on the floor Johnson, Connolly, Bradshaw, Gostechnik, and Ontario Williams. Connolly takes the inbound pass, left side to Darian Johnson. Ontario Williams will drive on Dinkins, lowers the shoulder, and goes in and banks it off the glass. Cuts the lead to 5 for Incarnate Word. Goff trying to get it inbounds, gets it to Dinkins. Against pressure from Incarnate Word, they back off now as Ballard brings it across the floor. Robert Owens to Souza. Ballard takes the three, gets it underneath to Dinkins, and he's hammered. Dinkins throws the foul from Ontario Williams.
And Dinkins, one of the Rattlers' better free throw shooters, 11 of 15 this season, 73.3% from the
Meyer says of Joe Dinkins, he just makes us better when he's on the floor, but we're still waiting for him to get on track offensively for the Rattlers this year. He's good with the first free throw. 6'8" post from Conroe.
And of course, he transferred into St. Mary's last season, had to sit out a year because he transferred inside the Heartland Conference from St. Edwards. He's a double-digit point scorer at St. Edwards.
Owens slaps out the missed free throw, and the Rattlers get a fresh 35. Goff almost has the ball stolen by Connolly. 21-12, St. Mary's.
Goff already doing a great job off the bench. 5 quick points for him. Last game it took him until the second half to really feel comfortable in that bench role, but here tonight he's feeling it early.
Ontario Williams looks for the cutting Connolly. Ball bounces free, but Connolly retrieves. The Bradshaw against Goff outside. Bradshaw looks for instructions from Rushton on the bench. And now will attack Goff. Pulls up for the 19-footer. It's short, and Souza with another defensive board to Ballard on the outlet. Rod Ballard looking for somewhere to go with it. Nothing there, and he gets the ball tipped away, almost stolen by Gostechnik. But it goes back to Ballard. He sets the offense with 20 on the shot clock. Goff, top to Dinkins. Dinkins to R.E. Owens. Can't get it low, so he'll go back to Ballard as the shot clock winds down to 10, and there's going to be an offensive foul. Big shoulder. And Dinkins laid it on Connolly. little man hits the floor. Draws the offensive foul from Dinkins. It's only the second team foul by the Rattlers at the 7-minute mark. So an important game for the Rattlers tonight. They keep the same players on the floor for the Rattlers. Garrett Bell is actually in the game now.
Garrett Bell.
For the Cardinals, and Darty will bring it against Rod Ballard. Bradshaw. Mike Wells is back in the game as well. Garrett Bell drops it down in the low block. Ontario Williams moves around Dinkins. No good. And Souza with another defensive board. Nicely for the Rattlers. Outlets to Ballard. Ballard starting.
That's already 5 rebounds for Souza.
Owens off the curl. It's stolen, but it happens back into Goff's hands, who tries to penetrate, tries to drop it in the low block. It's stripped away. Goff gets it back, lays it up short. Offensive tap, no good. Another tap, no good. And the rebound finally by Ontario Williams. Just sloppy on the offensive end for the Rattlers that time. Darty comes back across midcourt to Bradshaw on the left side. He's already Owens. Now Wells. And we've got an illegal screen. Looks like maybe Garrett Bell's going to pick that up. No.
Offensive foul. That's Garrett Bell.
Reagan picks up the foul.
Thomas Hill for Fabiano Souza and Robert Owens.
And Fabiano Souza is going to get a well-earned rest as Joe Allen back to the Rattlers.
Already halfway to double figures in rebounds for Souza with 5, but for the Rattlers it has to be encouraging that they have increased their lead with Allen on the bench.
Allen sat a long time. Now he works against the smaller Wells. Hands to Hill. Now Hill back out top to Ballard, who's had quite a few minutes on the floor tonight as well. Hill drops it into Joe Allen, steps around, now turns around, bank shots no good, and the defensive board to Mike Wells. And Conley will run. Darty down the baseline against Goff, steps around him, now gets it to Ontario Williams, who fakes Goff into the air. Nice layup is no good, and Goff with the defensive board.
Again, good attacking defense by St. Mary's. 28% shooting for Incarnate Word tonight on 6 of 21.
Now the lob pass for Goff. He does retrieve it. He'll shoot this short shot, no good. Offensive board battle for it, and it's going to come away to Darty. Goff slides out of bounds, and now Incarnate Word will push it up the floor. Now they'll give it back to Conley, who will set the offense, listening to instructions from the bench as we're inside the 5-minute mark of a low-scoring affair here at the Bill Green Arena. Conley, the leading scorer for Incarnate Word, against 6'8" Steve Goff. Ontario Williams now against Joe Allen, backs in on him. Oh, a nice pass, but it's dropped on the cut-through by Whitfield, and Joe Dinkins retrieved, and Rod Ballard will bring it back across the timeline for the Rattlers. Seems like more than 4 turnovers from Incarnate Word, but only their 4.
And again, the defense, the hustle on St. Mary's part, very impressive.
Allen.
Cardinals ball.
But he gets
Marcelo Spotts for Joe Dinkins.
Dinkins will sit down for St. Mary's. Marcelo Spotts comes in, the starting post, the 6'11" senior, to replace him.
And we'll see a lot of rotation at that post position throughout the evening. We mentioned how St. Mary's likes to rotate a number of players, but especially at that spot, you see them getting Marcelo Spotts to start tonight.
Conley with a contested 2, brings it in 21-14. Marion Johnson's back on the floor for Incarnate Word. That's a tough shot for Conley to make.
He has a great touch on his shot, just a natural shooting motion. A little small in size, but what he makes up more than enough in his shooting ability.
Good hustle by Johnson to save the ball from going out of bounds. He gets it to Bradshaw. Bradshaw yo-yos outside against Marcus Hill. Valdez calling for the ball. Doesn't get it. Instead across to Ontario Williams, who hands to Conley. Rod Ballard stepping out on him. They don't want to give him any room. Demarion Johnson now holds left side to Bradshaw for the long 3. Rattles out, no good. And Spotts with the defensive board, and Jim Zelznak wants 3:23 to go in the first half from the Bill Greasy Arena. Like Peters bringing in the action as the St. Mary's Rattlers lead in the ballgame. 3:23 to go in the half. And I expect you're right that the Rattlers themselves looking for offensive action. He reinstates Richardson. It looks like he's going to put Jarvis Lee as well at the first opportunity. But right now, Goff is still on the floor along with Allen, Hill, and Spotch. And Dominique Richardson to the Rattlers. Dominique to Marcus Hill, dumps it right down to Spotch for the left-handed layup. Nice quick points for the Rattlers in response to their coach's urging. It's 23 to 14 St. Mary's as Conley walks across the timeline for Incarnate Word.
That's the second time Spotch has used that turnaround move to score in the paint. 4 points already for the big man.
Bradshaw going down the baseline is fouled by Spotch trying to cut him off. That'll only be the and Jarvis Lee will now come in for the Rattlers as we get the
And of course, Mike, at halftime, you hear sometimes the sudden bursts of cheering here in the arena, and one of the reasons is they're announcing over the game. And St. Mary's is protecting that 9-point lead at this point, but it's still a close game, and you can tell it can go either way. So St. Mary's needs to protect that lead, perhaps even extend it a little bit before the half.
Conley has 6 Incarnate Word, 14 points. The Rattlers have spread the scoring around. Goff and Allen lead with 5 apiece. Conley triggers from the baseline. The Bradshaw out to Ontario Williams against Joe Allen. He's looking for the cutting Conley. Can't get it to him. So instead he'll go to Bradshaw on the right side against Goff. Goes baseline, shoves him off, and they call a block. Sure looked like an arm freeing up out there, but Goff didn't have position. And that'll be the 4th. With Williams. Williams drops it into Valdez against Spotch. He's one-on-one. Little turnaround off the glass is good. Valdez, the 6'10" senior from San Antonio Holmes, the transfer from UTSA. And Dominique comes in a hurry against Conley and then pulls it up and will set the offense for St. Mary's. 23 to 16 at the 2:20 mark in the first half. St. Mary's with a 7-point lead. Joe Allen down the lane against Valdez. Steps through, throws it high off the glass, then tries to retrieve it. Can't. And Bradshaw comes away with the rebound. Bit of a wild shot from Joe Allen down the lane.
And it looks like Fabiano Sousa will be coming in momentarily in place of Coach Nelson.
Ontario Williams with the jump from Valdez, who lays it in and cuts the Rattler lead to 5. 23 to 18 here. Goff against Demarion Johnson, holds the ball high. Now Allen trying to dump to Spotch, can't. And goes instead to Richardson on the right side against Conley. The little man matched up. Now Lee comes off a curl. Jarvis Lee looking for a shot. Instead gets it low to Joe Allen with the spin move. Lays it up short. Lee bats it free, but it comes instead to Bradshaw. Bradshaw against the smaller Dominique Richardson. Gets it to Demarion Johnson. Back to Bradshaw. Dumps it into Valdez. Valdez trying to back Spotch in. He's going to call Spotch for the 4-on. Valdez is back. 15 now on St. Mary's. 1:20 to go in the first half. And Sousa and Dukes are going to replace the big men for the Rattlers. Allen and Spotch will sit down for instead the Cardinals are making the move in this last couple of minutes.
Yeah, they are, and this is exactly what they needed to really get themselves back into this ballgame and create some momentum before the half.
Conley inbounds all the way into the backcourt to Demarion Johnson, who brings it back across the timeline. Ontario Williams has played most of the first half. Passes to Conley at the top, and Hill set against Jarvis Lee. Here comes Bradshaw down the lane, blocked by Goff. He's going to run 2-on-1, 3-on-1, lays it off to Lee for the bucket, and the foul. Jarvis Lee with the lay-in off the field. Richardson in the break opportunity, and Valdez is going to pick his third.
Yeah, we see Lee on that three-point shot, but here getting the conventional three-point opportunity. and leading the team with 5 points so far, tied with Goff and Allen with 3 big scores for the Rattlers.
The third foul on Valdez might be just as important as that turnaround bucket for the Rattlers on the break. The opportunity created by Dominic Richardson's speed. And now Lee will try to finish the conventional three-point play. He rattles at front rim, back rim, and Seuss is going to get called over the back. The 16th foul on the Rattlers. So it remains 25-18. 57 seconds to go in the first half. Here from the Bill Green here. Welcome watchers on Time Warner Cable and listeners on Sounds from the Snake Pit. Paul Connolly brings it against Jarvis Lee. Now DeMarion Johnson against the smaller Dominique, drives down the baseline. Back out to Ontario Williams, who fakes. Now pulls up with a 14-footer, no good. Lee with a lonely rebound on the defensive end. As we're under 40 seconds in the first half, St. Mary's with a 7-point lead as Dominique Richardson gets instructions from Coach Jim Zelsnack. Hands it to Jarvis Lee on the left side against Marion Johnson. Big screen from Sousa now down the lane. Tries to get it back to Sousa. He loses the ball. Retrieves, though. Back out top to Dominique Richardson with 12 on the shot clock, and he'll reset against Connolly. Dominique will need to attack here. He is looking to, tries to go down the lane. Now those steps by Connolly for the layup, no good. They did not get the rim, and we'll have a shot clock.
Unable to get anything off there. St. Mary's still up by 7 points. They were up by 9. We were talking about who would make a move. Word had to close the gap a little more to 5 points, and here's an opportunity to get it right back down.
3 seconds to go as Connolly comes down the lane, lays it up. It's going to be short and halftime.